have been part of the 501st since 2006.
For me, it's 2015, so about 8 years.
I've been there about 2014 also.
I just thought they had rock star costumes.
For me, I was a handler for Francis at one convention. I thought it was cool. Everybody went up to him, hey, can you get a picture? And I was like, hey, I love Star Wars. Let me check this out, see what's all about.
Yeah, same with me. I love Star Wars. I thought the costuming were great, so I just wanted to get into costuming, and I found the Pacific Outpost in Hawaii, joined up with them, and been with them since 2014.
Okay, I had a Stormtrooper FX.
Mine's a Shadow Trooper, which I still have. I still work to this day.
Mine is a Stormtrooper.
I didn't know how to get Star Wars costumes, so I bought it off of someone who was planning to get rid of it and upgrade. So that was how I first got started in getting a Stormtrooper.
So initially I wanted to do a TK build, a white Stormtrooper, but I wanted something different since we had so many TKs already. So I wanted to go a different route. I chose Shadow, and I think I was the first one in the Outpost.
Yeah, I have the original white Stormtrooper, which I think is iconic and classic, so that's the first costume I went with.
Something that's interesting is a lot of times what attracted me to this was because there was a lot of rock star costumes out there that you look at it and think, wow, this is incredible. But the big thing now that's going on for me is giving back to charity, because there's a lot of times somebody cannot afford to be out there to see these stormtroopers or Star Wars personnel, and or they might not be able to move to be able to get to that event. So when you come down and bring your happiness to them and you see the smiles, it's just priceless. And that's what cosplaying should be about.
Yeah, totally.
It was hard to get used to cosplaying. Originally I was saying costuming. And then cosplay started to become more mainstream.
Plus he has multiple other costumes from different pop culture references. For me, when they call me a cosplayer, I'll be like, no, I'm more just a Stormtrooper or Star Wars. I don't go beyond Star Wars, the Star Wars world.
Yeah.
So cosplayer is okay, but I really don't consider myself.
I agree with Kevin. I think it's more costuming than cosplay. I think other costumes would be considered cosplay, like Spider-Man or anime, but I think Star Wars is more costuming.
I had 6 at one point, but I've changed it all.
I have a pink one, and I'm working on a TK currently.
I have several costumes, all from the mostly from the original trilogy, though. For me, even though I have several costumes, I prefer the original white Stormtrooper. That's my favorite costume. I think it's the most recognizable costume also. Everybody knows the original Stormtrooper, or most of the costumes from the original trilogy. Like the newer costumes, you have like some fans who not familiar with it, but I think the original classic Stormtrooper is the most recognizable costume.
You know what, honestly, probably something from the series, the new Disney series, but there's so many to choose from, but yeah, I have to think about that one.
Yeah, for me, I like something light and easy to wear and easy to pack, because in order to travel, you don't want it taking up too much spaces, and for Stormtrooper, it does take up a lot of luggage space. So for me, something simple, like maybe just an officer costume. Well, I'm so happy that I have a wife that is very, very supportive. My kids, on the other hand, they roll their eyes, they say, Dad's such a nerd, but I don't care. It's what I like to do.
Yeah, for me, I'm single, but my family do, the cousins, aunties, uncles, they do think it's pretty cool. Especially my coworkers and my friends, kids, they said, hey, it's Uncle Jay, he's a Stormtrooper. Let's go check him out at this event, So they make an effort to come out and see us and acknowledge that, they're also huge fans that, just acknowledge Uncle that, you like what we support what he does. So I appreciate that.
And for me, I think my family and even my friends, I think they kind of like expect it from me because I'm like a comic book nerd. So I grew up with comics. They know that. I watch a lot of TV and movies, and I think this is just like the next step where they're like, oh yeah, they can see me doing stuff like this, being in costume, and they support it. They don't say anything negative or anything, but I get a lot of support and stuff.
If one of my vices is to do charities and be in a costume to do that, so be it. That's better than spending money as a gambler or getting drunk out with all my friends every night. So that's a way better alternative.